Roman Reigns and Monday Night Raw. Let's talk about the ratings and what is going on. So, originally, I didn't want to make this video on ratings. That was until I saw the ratings come out. And last week, I thought, you know what? A taped Monday Night Raw from London. Listen, I love the fact that it's in London. They have some of the best crowds in the world. But when it comes to taped Monday night shows, I'm just not a big fan. Which is weird because I watch ROH and, Impact. I started watching again. And Lucha Underground, which are all taped. NXT is taped, and I still watch and love them. When it comes to the main WWE product, I just don't care enough, and I kind of fast-forwarded and DVR'd through the show a lot last week. Last week's show did 3.3 million, and the third hour dropped under 3 million for the first time all year, and then this week's ratings dropped. And this week's ratings happened, and we find out that they did 3.12 total, and this was with the debut of Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. This was down from 3.3, and they went 3.2, 3.1, and 2.9. So straight down. No second-hour bump whatsoever. And I wanted to talk about that because there's certain things when it comes to ratings. I'm going to be very honest. I do not think TV ratings matter as much anymore. I will play the contrarian here and say that I don't think it's all WWE's fault. WWE has been putting on very good shows. I know some people are upset, and even I tweeted out, like, before Monday Night Raw, they announced that League of Nations would be in 3 separate matches. And I tweeted out, I thought Shane was a good guy. Shane must be a heel if he's giving us 3 matches involving the League of Nations, which is somewhat true. But the problem is, when you announce something like that, you're not announcing something good. You have 3 guys that people already don't like. You have Del Rio in the League of Nations, who people could give a crap less about. And I'm not saying that Del Rio is bad, because Del Rio had some promising runs, and there was times where I really loved Alberto Del Rio, but now he's not doing anything, and it's not worth my time. Same thing with Roman Reigns. I think he has potential. I think the guy thing, I think he should, like, when Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens were out there fighting, and he's just sitting in the back smiling, I think he should embrace the Superman. I think he should, without being heel or good or bad, he should just embrace the fact that he is the fucking chosen one. And I don't know how you do that. But when you announce 3 matches with the League of Legends and you see these ratings constantly decline, AJ Styles is loved by the internet community. AJ Styles is a great guy. It's very interesting. But when you bring up a guy fresh, I mean, it's kind of sad that everybody that's gotten called up, and I've loved everybody that's gotten called up. For the first time last night, the Vaudevillains killed it on the microphone. So did Enzo and Cass in New Day, but the Vaudevillains really showed me something that it was new. I didn't think the Vaudevillains would be very successful on the main roster. I still don't know if they will be, unlike Big Cass and Enzo, who I think are pretty much made men now, at least in my opinion. But the Vaudevillains showed something. But out of all these guys that came up, none of them had promos, none of them had anything. They were more surprise things, which are cool, right? But then you have Epico and Primo, who are getting their vignettes from Puerto Rico, which, I don't know, it's something that always feels weird about that to me. But when it comes to ratings, and you're looking at the Monday Night Raw ratings, you have to realize that the way people watch TV has changed. And I'll be the first one to admit, there's a lot of shows I watch. I do not watch any shows live anymore. Hardly any. The only show in the last 8 years that I would watch live pretty much every single week, and usually the replay right away, was Burn Notice. Burn Notice, Michael Weston on the USA Network, was the only show I would really watch and really just fall in love with. I don't know why. Everything else I've DVR'd and I've watched it in other means, whether it's on DVR, downloading it, going online, iTunes, whatever. I chose to watch a lot of things that way. When you look at how people are consuming media today, and we're looking at these TV deals like WWE got $100 million or, blah, blah, what they got for their television product that they put out each week is great. But they're going to have to find ways, and especially, we complain with them advertising the network. They're going to need to find a model that fits better because TV subscriptions, packages, TV, everything is going to change. Now, TV won't go away, for at least the next 5 years. I think it's pretty rooted in that aspect. But when it comes to how people consume it and watch it, I much rather prefer to watch the on-demand version. I much rather prefer to watch the show anything but live. And unfortunately, a lot of shows don't count DVR. Nielsen doesn't count DVR. And it's something that still has always kind of got me a little was, let's be honest, Nielsen is, we say it's the most accurate thing, but I've always been kind of skeptical about Nielsen. because I'm kind of a weird one when it comes to TV. I switch around a lot. But when TV ratings are constantly being brought up, guys, I don't think this is the end-all, be-all. I think for the most part, the last 3 weeks, everybody that I've seen when it comes to WWE polls, whether it was good or bad, have said the shows have been good. So I know people are going to turn to ratings and say, oh, the show sucks. It's just like Impact Wrestling and TNA. People have said the show sucks. Look at the ratings. While they can't even make a good show, but they didn't even bother to goddamn watch the show. I watched the 419 episode of Impact Wrestling, and I actually quite a bit enjoyed it. It was taped at the soundstage, and unfortunately, the Matt Hardy-Jeff Hardy match, which was pretty phenomenal, Jeff Hardy's like, come on, guys, help me out to the fans, as he's about to hit this death-defying 30-foot swanton bomb. So before you criticize it, watch him. I think WWE is doing something good. I really hope they do not change course because of the fact that the ratings are slipping. Stay strong, WWE, and just know I kind of like what you're doing.